Hey John, how you doing?
Good evening. Good evening. We're going to get started in just a little bit. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We're going to get started in just a little bit. Hey, John Pascal, panelist.
Oh,
Hello.
did it show up as me? Is that what it
Oh,
did?
I don't know who is that.
It's Christian. I don't
Oh,
know why
gosh.
I did that.
Girl, you got me over here stressing out. Don't be stressing me out
I don't know why I did that.
because you want to be me.
Okay, child. Let me see if I log into my. I'm logged into my Zoom. It doesn't even have all my stuff in there. Maybe it's the link that you sent me.
It could have been. I don't know. It may have been. I'm sure something I did wrong. Who knows?
I'm here though.
Thank you. I appreciate you. We're just gonna give everybody a few minutes to come on in, everyone, and then we will get started. How is everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, doing good.
Excellent, excellent.
Hey John, I'm trying to add my read so it can record, but it's not allowing me to do it. Are you going to be recording?
Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you reminded me to
Okay,
do
good.
that. No, it's already started recording. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, cool.
All right, we're just gonna give it a few more minutes and then we will get started. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I thank you guys for joining us tonight. We got a great night. We have the phenomenal Miss Christian Taylor joining us. So we are excited.
Thank you, John.
All righty, it's 6:05. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Before we get started, um, I am so excited to share some news with everyone. So I just want to show y'all a little something that I'm a little bit proud of. I am an author. My book is out. I'm so excited. I've been working on this for the last few years. I finally got it complete. Can y'all see that screen?
Yes, we can. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I just wanted to share that. Miss Donna, you raised your
I can
hand?
say congratulations.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. So excited.
You should be.
I am. But all
Yeah.
right, tonight is not about me, so I just want to share that real quick. I'm just a little excited. But so tonight, welcome everyone. Of course, I'm John Pascal, Urban League of Greater Atlanta Entrepreneurship Center, and this is our Cobb County Small Business Workshops. Um, so tonight we are going to be taking it into the marketing realm. So we have our phenomenal Miss Christian here with us to kind of give us our great training. Christian has been with the league longer than I have. Yeah, you've been here longer than me. And so, I value her expertise, and never ever doubt when she's doing it, you're going to learn a lot. So, I'm going to just turn it on over to you, ma'am, and the floor is yours.
Thank you so very much. Sorry, I had to come back off of mute. My dog was acting crazy.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully, y'all don't hear on the background. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm so excited to be with you guys this evening, and we'll start here. If you are have a sense, actually, you guys are watching this, so you can't scan this. So let me let me see if I can drop this in the chat really quickly. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull it out so I can drop it in the chat for you guys, so that you don't even have to worry about scanning that QR code, and we can get started there. Won't put in. Clearly, we'll have it. But this is going to be about clicks, conversions, and community. So it's the Smart Entrepreneurs Guide to Digital Growth. Um, I'm Christian Taylor. I'm a Meta certified digital marketer. I'm the owner of Christian Taylor Marketing, which is a digital marketing agency. I primarily work with businesses that are ready to grow and that are looking for some support of takeover. So I do fractional CMO work for them. So I'm their chief marketing officer. Me and my entire team come in and take over their marketing departments. So we handle the whole scope and gamut of it. Prior to that, I worked 9 years at a production company as the head of marketing, media, and design. So I did a lot of influencer marketing back then when it was really popular, and worked with really big brands like Adidas, Red Bull, and BET, which I loved a lot. Um, and then I moved forward to working with small business owners. And so this is my bread and butter, and I really love it. If you do get a chance to meet with me, you can focus on marketing, but we also do website design. Guys, if you are on the call, if you can do me a favor and place yourself on mute until you have a question, that would be great. Or John, if you can go in and mute anybody who's not on
Yep,
mute.
I got you.
Thank you. Um, I still didn't get this checklist. I'll add it in there as well. But this growth checklist is just for you guys so that you can kind of follow along on what we're talking about today, and then kind of guide yourself outside of the workshop so that you can utilize some of the tools that I'm going to give you. But in today's workshop, We're going to have it's designed for entrepreneurs to grow online, right? What's really important is to make sure that you have a digital presence online. Your digital presence um, makes you either look professional or not to other people that are looking to work for you. And what I try my best to do is to help you to look as professional as possible, and to tell the best story that you can about your business. Okay. So you'll learn why your online presence is most valuable, is your most valuable asset, right? It's something that no one can take away from you. These social media sites, they can come and go as they please. Sometimes they crash all the time, and you don't want all of your content, all of your community focus on social media. So you definitely need to make sure that you have a dynamic online presence that's outside of those social sites. You want to make sure that you're attracting the right audience, making sure that you turn clicks into revenue. That means that your landing pages that you put out should be relevant, should have great SEO, should capture the right information immediately and not allow people to have to scroll all over the place to be able to get to you, right? We want to know how to build community that actually buys, and tools that make digital marketing easier. Okay. This is interactive too. So if you do have questions, you can come off mute and raise your hand. I'll try my best to check the chat for you guys. But sometimes I don't see that. So if I'm not answering your question, just come off mute and ask me the question. Okay. All right.
I'll try and watch the chat for you.
Thank you. It's so wonderful. All right. So, why your online presence matters. So, the digital first reality, your customers evaluate you online first, always. And you have to think about how you make purchases, right? When you're looking to make a purchase for anything in your life, right? Whether that be a big purchase for some luxury item or even something really small. The first thing that we do is look up that business online or on social media, right? And that kind of makes or breaks our decision on whether or not we want to buy from them. And so if you make those decisions on your daily life while you're buying, you have to think about what people are doing when they're looking at your business, right? So 97% of people research businesses online before they buy. They look at the social media. They look at your website for proof of professionalism. If you do have a website, if you don't, if you got a website that doesn't have a domain name attached, it's just something.squarespace.com, they're going to see all of that, right? And they'll also look at your Google presence to see if you have any credibility on Google. So it's really important to make sure that your digital online presence is set up properly. So they'll make their decisions by, you know, customers look for support, how much support you're going to offer them. They look for quality. Of course, value is the biggest thing. Like, how much value are they going to get by purchasing your product or your service? They look for convenience, right? Nobody wants a hard time trying to figure out how to buy from you. If they got to go through 7 billion steps to make a purchase, they're not going to do it. It's going to be an abandoned cart every single time. So, how can you make it an easy process, one step process for purchasing from you? And they also look for trust. Are you trustworthy? Do you have proven reviews on your website? Do you have case studies that show work that you've done? Those things are really important. How can you build trust? Now, building trust also comes through a social presence, and that's how most people see you, because you use social media as an educational tool so that you can build trust in your community. It's not always meant for sales. So you can build trust that way, but you also have to build trust on your website as well, and through reviews and partnerships and all of that as well. So we want to make sure that we have a couple of things in place. You want to make sure you have a clear offer. Um, you can have multiple products, that's fine, but it doesn't need to be stacked on the same page. When you're talking about that one offer, it needs to be in one alignment so that people are not trying to find out what you're trying to sell them. You need to have consistent branding. Branding is your logo, it's your colors, it's the way that you speak, it's the way you talk, it's your fonts. Consistent branding across all aspects of your marketing is really important, because sometimes we don't necessarily know a brand by what we hear or what they say, but we know them by a color, like, or a symbol. So if you've ever, you're driving and you see those big arches, yellow arches, then we know, oh, that's McDonald's. That's a clear branding thing, right? If you see a big red smile, sometimes you also know, like, oh, that's McDonald's because we remember Ronald McDonald's smile. So, like, those things kind of live in the household of people when you have consistent branding. We need real proof, reviews, testimonials, results. You don't, it doesn't have to be pretty. You can snapshot, a screenshot something from a Google review. You can take a snapshot from somebody having a conversation with you over Zoom about how they love the product or service that you had. Video testimonials are really great nowadays. You could just pull the phone out and be like, "Hey, can I get a can I get a testimonial of you?" Right? We got to have proof, right? It's really important to have proof. And the thing about that is like, if you've ever, I'm not sure what y'all do, but if I'm looking for a new restaurant, I it don't matter how many pretty pictures y'all have, how many grass walls we got on the wall in Atlanta, um, all these pretty drinks, right? If I don't see good reviews, good videos that talk about what that restaurant does, I'm not going to visit it. I'm not going to. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. I'm not going to visit it. So you can see how reviews can make or break a business if you don't have them, right? Because people really truly look at those. Having the active online presence and easy next steps. So, with a clear offer, what customers should instantly understand when they land on your page, right? Clear offers sound like this. We help busy entrepreneurs automate their business in 30 days or less. Clear. What do we do? How are we going to do it? When are we going to do it? Get a 60-minute massage for $59. First time clients only. Good. What are you getting? How much is it going to be? Who is it for? You see, you're answering three clear, defined questions. Weekly meal prep delivered to your door. Healthy, fresh, ready in 3 minutes. Family law solutions for fathers. Fast, affordable, and effective. Very clear. That should be like at the forefront of your website. Um, Again, I talk about this all the time. Like on your website, there's something called above the fold. And above the fold is before you scroll. So before you scroll on your site, as soon as you pull up your website, there should be a clear offer at the very top, and it should be a call to action button. Whatever that call to action should be, the offer that your largest offer that you're selling, or your consultation link, right? Something that people can really get done quickly, or it can be a short, quick intake form. Phone, phone, email, name, that's it, right? But we need to have it above the fold before somebody scrolls so they don't have to go and look for what you're selling. So the key principle is that we don't want to have anybody guess what you do before they leave, right? Consistent branding. So colors, fonts, tone, visuals. So Instagram, I would say, let me not say Instagram matches your website because it can't. It can't always do that. And it's not necessarily about photos anymore. But if you're using like words on the screen for your captions, it should slightly match the font that you use on your website, right? So hopefully you're not choosing really funky fonts or whatever like that, where you have to use like these dynamic um, video marketing apps to put it on there. You can use this regular ones, but just make it clean. Maybe it's not white, right? Maybe your colors are red or yellow or blue, and those are the words on your screen are going to be red, yellow, or blue. That's what I mean by keeping it consistent, right? Graphics, keeping it consistent as well. The same um, brand color scheme. I'm not saying that it always has to be a white graphic with logo, blah, blah, blah. Like you can have different color variations, but the color scheme should be the same, right? Because what we're trying to get is for people to remember us. And if we keep changing our colors, keep changing our backgrounds, keep changing all the stuff, we don't become memorable, right? We have to stick with the same thing for a certain amount of time so that we can, start to gain that memory so people know who we are. Photography style, tone of voice, right? So if you have a membership group and you're targeting moms, right? And you always say, "Hey, moms, what are you doing?" Or "Hey, super mom, hey, dynamic mom." like keep that up in every newsletter and every social media post. Like keep up the tone every single time that you're making posts so that people, again, they recognize who you are and they understand. If you come on video every time and say, "Ooh, child, let me tell you about this." That's recognizable. And somebody's gonna remember that every single time you come on the video because you start your video like, "Ooh, child, let me tell you." And you go into whatever pain point that that video is, right? Just recognizable symbols, sounds, colors, and all of that is really important. And then make sure that your logo is used correctly. I'll give you a little tip about logos. Now, we don't have to have super fancy logos, all these like dynamic colors and stuff like that. But what I really want people to understand is that when you get a logo made for you, you want to make sure that you have it in every, um, I can't even think, every format, every format that you could get, right? So you need a PNG format that's transparent with a transparent background, a PDF, a JPEG, and a .ai, which is just an Illustrator one, right? You also want to get that logo in an all black version and an all white version. And the reason why I say that is because, again, you never know who you're going to partner with. You never know what type of clothing that you might put your logo on, and your color scheme might clash with that. So, having an all black logo or an all white logo will always be a clean and simple step for you to do so that you can always use your logo, right? And then it just flows well your on just about anything, right? And then also when you're looking at branding, make sure you ask for not only your fonts and your hex codes, and hex codes are the colors that you use, but ask them for imagery that matches the vibe and tone of your business. Ask them for business card, because some people still use business cards. I think they're still relative. That's for me. I think they're still relative. But ask them for the business card template and for your oh my gosh, it's a PDF document. What is it called, John? It's what people need when the letterhead. That's what it's called.
Letterhead.
And for your I can't think today. And for your letterhead, okay. So make sure you get all of those things of one when you're looking for it. And they should show you an example of what your logo looks like on clothing. Marcella, do you have a question?
Yes, how y'all
Okay,
doing today?
good. How are you?
I want to ask a question about, like when you start your, just say, you want to start your business.
Mhm.
Um, so how you go about, branding, like to make it, known?
Sure. So a couple of things that you need to be aware of when you start your business, right? So the first thing is your business name, right? And this is all about branding. So the business name that you choose to have, you should do a couple of things before you decide like this is going to be my business name. One, you should look it up on all social media platforms to see if somebody already has it. You should definitely look it up on the business entity websites to see if anybody has secured that name. And then you should look it up on a trademark website so to see if anybody has a trademark on the name that you're providing. And specifically, they should have a trademark for the service or the product that you plan to sell. If they don't have it and the trademark is closed, then you're good. Another thing you should look for is your domain name, right? So that mybusiness.com, see if that's available. Because all of these things matter. Because you don't want to start doing a business and you're putting it out there, you're publishing it, everything's going well, and then you get hit with a trademark, infringement. And you're like, dang, I gotta change my name. Nobody wants to do that, right? And then two, if you're like, okay, you started off on Facebook and Instagram, but now you want to get to TikTok and you go to TikTok, that name is gone, right? You don't want to have multiple different names on every single social media site. You want to keep your name as consistent as possible on every site. So search for those names before you decide what you're going to name your business. That will be the biggest thing. And then, secondly, as far as logo is concerned, a couple of different things to think about when you think about colors. Some colors attract people more, and then some colors um, mean they show feelings, right? How you want someone to feel. So like the color yellow is a very happy color. So a lot of like children's businesses use the color yellow to make it seem like happy and fun, right? The color blue is very clean, it's tech inspired. So if you have like a tech inspired business, you typically use that kind of blue color, that bright blue color, right? Cyan and things of that nature. The color red is very dominant and it's blaring, right? So sometimes people use that for emergency services, right? Red colors because it's an emergency. So you see what I'm saying? It's like all these things mean can like affect how people view your business. Purple is for royalty. If you have like a very luxurious brand, people like to use purple and gold. So the way that you choose your colors should be intentional so that people know how to look and feel, what they're going to get out of the business as soon as you get it, as soon as they buy from you.
Question.
Yeah, John. hmm
So you're saying purple and gold are royal colors that are used a lot. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that that's the intentionality behind purple and gold. A lot of people
Okay.
think of it
Okay.
as luxury.
Luxury.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That is a luxurious color scheme, purple and gold. I think so. Yes.
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I know where
Um,
you're going.
shout
I
out
have a
to my bro-
question.
shout out to my brothers from Omega. Okay,
Right,
all right.
right.
Okay, the Delta
I
in
have
me
a
came. I
question.
can't say it. Yes, ma'am, Raquel. How can I help you?
Oh, good evening. I apologize, Miss Ma'am.
Oh no,
I
you're
would
fine. Go ahead.
I would like to know, do you help with the domain or you don't help with the domain?
Yeah, I mean, I can assist you with securing domains, so we can talk about that on a coaching call later about how to get a domain.
Please don't forget.
No, no, actually, I'm gonna drop my link in the chat so that everyone can schedule a coaching call with me. Um, they can do that, right, John? I just want to make sure they don't have to go the other way around.
No. Yeah, they can do that. Just make sure you let me know so I can go ahead and plug those hours in the system.
Okay,
Just let me know who's scheduled with you. Just shoot me an email, let me know who's scheduled with you so I can plug
okay,
those hours in.
okay, sounds good. So yeah, I'll make sure to put it in there, Raquel.
Thank you
But
so much. You're so professional.
no worries. But essentially, if you're going to purchase a domain, 9 times out of 10, you either purchase with a hosting platform or you're going to purchase using something like Squarespace, right? I use Squarespace for all my domains, so it's much easier for me to manage. Um, and it's an annual fee for your domain, so you'll keep up with that always. But I do suggest that people get a domain and also get a professional email because that's also a part of branding as well. Okay. Any other questions about branding before I move on? I want to make sure I answer everybody. Is somebody in the chat? Oh, that was you, Raquel. Okay, great. All right, next question. Real proof, reviews. All right, so reviews, testimonials, results are important. They can be just simply, like I said, photos of someone using the product. User photos are really great, especially for social media. It can be just a little bit of a text. It doesn't really have to be that long. When I first started my business, I didn't really have a lot of people to give me reviews. So what I did was I offered something really small that I didn't care about assisting with, but I was doing free logos at the beginning of my business. So I had like 10 people that I would work with getting logos. And the only thing that they had to do is after I gave them their logo, they had to write me a Google review. So that helped me to get a couple of Google reviews on my page. Another way that people can do that is that you can send, and I'm not telling everybody to do this, but you can send a pre-written review to friends and family and ask them to go in and write a review for you. It's not going to harm anybody, but you definitely need a couple on your page so that people can see that you're in a legit business, right? Um, the other way I did, and I'm a little bit more seasoned, so this is what I did. A few months ago, I did a campaign where I was going to choose one lucky winner to win a landing page. And so I had them write a review within the next 5 days. Um, and then I was going to choose one person to get a landing page. So you can like do something like that where you do a giveaway to get that item. And it was so many, I got like 20 reviews off of that because so everybody wanted a landing page. And I was happy to do it because honestly, the more reviews, the better it is my business looks. So just kind of think about how you can like really push your business out there and get those reviews. And you can use one of those tactics. Okay. Active online presence. So customers look for signs that you're alive. So recent posts within the last week, you got to be consistent about posting. If you guys are not consistent about posting on your pages, we need to get a strategy together. So we definitely need to talk. Stories showing behind the scenes. So they need to know that you're real and you're not a bot. So you don't have all these AI photos on your page of a product without actually showcasing how you make that product. So let's be real. People still want to see the real stuff. We can use AI as a tool, but not as something that is replacement. Okay. So replying to comments, like you definitely still have to reply to comments. And I'm not just saying thank you. I'm actually asking questions like, oh, thank you. What do you think about this? Or I appreciate that. Let me know if you're looking for more information like this. Like create a sentence, write a sentence and reply because that makes you seem like a real person and it increases engagement on your page. Make sure you update your information. One thing that I hate, guys, I hate this so much when I'm trying to go to a restaurant and it says it's open and it's not. Okay. It is an annoying thing, but make sure you update your hours of operation consistently. If you have a Google My Business page, it's easy to do. If you don't, I'll show you how to get one. But update that stuff. Update your menus, your offers. Someone shouldn't call you and they say, "Hey, I saw this online," and you tell them, "Oh, I don't offer that anymore." Well, it shouldn't be online if you don't offer it anymore. So make sure that you update it so that people are not asking for things that you don't offer, right? We should have old events on our website from 2022, right? Update your websites, remove stuff that's not supposed to be on there. Um, have highlights on your page of things that you've done. Refresh your website. You might not need to have updated dates, but maybe having a blog every now and then is going to help your website to stay fresh. If you haven't done anything to your website in the last 3 or 4 months, you need to put a blog up. You need to put a blog up, you need to go in, change some words on your page, something, because your website was becoming stale and it pushes you further down the list on Google because you're not consistently updating your website. Okay. We can't just have a site out there and just think people are going to find us. We got to keep it up. Okay. And then don't have any coming soon pages. We don't need that. Okay. If your website is not up, just don't have it up. Okay. We don't need any coming soon pages. Um, Okay, so easy next steps. So your call to action, that's a CTA, should also be on there. So like your button on your website should be clear. Are they going to book a session with you, schedule a free consult, start your 7-day trial, download this free guide, join a wait list, start now? Nothing should say buy now or look here. We should use your personality, use what you already have to kind of get people to like really look at that button and push it, right? I love unique CTAs. It makes me want to like see what's happening more. So make sure you kind of like, look for that. I hate the button shop now. You can have that at the very top if you have a clothing design brand or something of that nature, but it's better to even have like, get 10% off here or see spring designs or, jump into fall. You see what I'm saying? Get something that's going to attract somebody to click on it. Okay. Oh, we're on to the next thing. I can't. They don't want me to click. There we go. All right. So the cost of a weak online presence, right? So a weak digital presence leads to missed opportunities, and none of us wants that. Poor first impressions, minimal trust. People won't trust us. Low conversion, so you're not getting a lot of sales on your website, and that sucks because the whole point of having a business is to get sales and competitors winning by default. You letting people win, and we don't need to let people win, okay? Because it's enough money out there for everybody. So everyone should have an opportunity to be able to win and thrive in this economy. You should be able to do that if you have the right online presence and right marketing in place. Okay. And it doesn't cost a lot, right? A lot of the stuff that I mentioned, it's free. A Google My Business page is free, right? Why not put yourself on there? If you have a service-based business, you guys need to be on the Nextdoor app. Everybody uses Nextdoor, and we don't think about putting our businesses on there, but you should. You should have your business on Nextdoor because again, it's free advertising. There's no reason why you shouldn't have it, and if you'll pop up in the range of your other neighbors when they're on the app. So that's really important. If you know somebody that has like a lawn care service or nail techs or any of that nature, they should be on Nextdoor. Okay. All right. So let's talk about your audience. Before any marketing works, you must know who you serve, what problem you solve, why they should pick you, and where they hang out online. What's the question? Yes, next. I like Nextdoor. I'm a Nextdoor fiend. I'm actually a Ring fiend. Okay, I love to be on Ring. If Ring allowed me to put my business on there, I would be on Ring too. But I really love Nextdoor because I want to know what's happening in my neighborhood. All right. So brand identity basics. Every entrepreneur needs a clear mission. If you don't have a mission statement, you guys definitely need to think about that. What is your mission statement? What do you provide? Why are you providing it? Why are you so passionate about what you're doing? That's what people want to know. It's that elevator pitch that everybody is like, you fumble over. It's like, oh my God, how I'm going to say this. Really just say what you're passionate about. And if you know what you're passionate about, it should be easy for you to pitch your business, right? Um, we don't have to think about all these long, terms and stuff like that. Just say what you're passionate about, why you're doing it, who you're doing it for, and how someone can help you. Okay. Your visual identity. I'm gonna say this again: colors, fonts, tones, a consistent voice, brand voice, a compelling brand story, how you got started, who helped you, who inspired you, what's your background, certifications, all that stuff. If you don't have certifications, that's cool. It might be years of experience, and years of experience sometimes trumps those certifications, right? And we need to know that. And a recognizable digital footprint, which again is your website, your social handles, everything that's online. So an example of a clear mission statement is that we help entrepreneurs grow online using simple, effective marketing systems. We empower young dancers through arts, fitness, and mentorship. We provide stress-free legal support for fathers navigating the court system. We help small businesses tell their story through high-quality video. We make healthy eating accessible with affordable weekly meal prep. Okay, quick, short, to the point, um, not too long, whatever. That's something that you put at the right underneath your website is the first thing is the mission statement. I mean, right underneath the hero section. So as soon as you scroll, it should be like, this is my mission, what we're doing. This is what I was talking about. Oh, it says black and gold, but really purple is royalty. So that's why I said purple, but these are what color visual identity elements are. So black and gold is luxury, blue and white is professional and corporate, pink and cream has feminine and soft energy to it. Orange and bold red is energetic, call to action. If you've ever seen like okay, Red Bull has definitely has red in it, but it also has orange. It's that the lightning strike is yellow and orange. Um, so most energy drinks have those colors associated with them. Fonts also mean something. So serif fonts are a little bit elegant and sophisticated. Um, sans serif is moderate and clean. That's what this looks like is a sans serif. And bold fonts are confident, attention grabbing. Okay. You can have a warm and welcoming tone. You can be a little bit more professional and direct, a little bit more fun and casual. I kind of sit between the professional, casual, and warm tone when I have my conversations because I'm gonna give you exactly what you need from a professional standpoint, but I want to talk to you in a way that you understand, right? I don't think we need to always talk in these like you know corporate jargon and all that. Like people don't understand it, right? So I want to talk to you in a way that you'll understand it, so that we can have a better working relationship, right? Because the more you understand something, the better it is that you can work with a partner. Okay. Um, so those are the tones and examples. All right. Consistent voice and brand story. So no matter where people hear you, your website, your email, or social, your personality stays the same, right? So if you are a friendly expert, you'll say like something like, here's an easy way to fix this today. Um, a motivational coach, you deserve better. Let's get you there. Most of the time, this is going towards a pain point of your customer. So you should speak in a tone that your customer will understand. So say for instance, you work with children, you're not going to come to them in this adult-like a tone, right? You're gonna kind of lighten your tone, make it a little you know, a little freer, a little warm, a little welcoming, and say, hey friends, like Miss Rachel. Oh my God. Hey, friends. How are you today? That's a little bit more playful, right? When you're talking to children. But say, for instance, you have a business that serves the elderly, right? They don't want to be talked to like children, but they act like kids sometimes. Right. So we need to learn how to communicate with them, so that we can, like, reach them and they feel more confident and comfortable to work with us. So that's why tone means everything, and it attracts people to your brand by the tone that you have. Also, your brand story should help customers connect. What's really important is having a story that people can repeat in rooms that you're not in, right? What's funny to me is that I can tell the story of how McDonald's came to be. I can tell the story of how Slutty Vegan came to be. I talk about Slutty Vegan a lot because her brand story is so widely out there because she told it so well. Like her restaurant burned down in New York. She moved down here and started over. She was an executive producer for a little while, and then she started her Slutty Vegan brand. That I have that story laid out. We're not friends. I don't know her, right? But because she's told her story so well, I can tell it for her, right? That's what we want. Same thing with Steve Jobs. We can talk about his brand story over and over again. And the reason why we purchase Apple products is because of him, right? So people fall in love with the owners of businesses, and your brand story is a part of that. So kind of think through that when you're, talking to people about your business. Your story is your superpower. Okay. Recognizable digital footprint. So here are some examples of strong digital footprints, making sure that you have a same profile photo across all platforms. Um, the only thing I'm going to tell you not to do is, like, if you're on LinkedIn, you can have something different on LinkedIn because that's a professional website, and it should be a personal website. But if you're having a business profile, all your business profiles should have the same photo or logo on there. So again, it's recognizable. Your bio should match, even though all bios come with different character counts, which is just the number of words that you can put. It should pretty much be the same, whether it's, you know, 50 characters or not. It should always be the same. Um, Branded highlights, we don't have to worry about that. That's old and this should be removed from here. I keep using the same stuff, y'all. So, but highlights are pretty much non-existent anymore. They still have them active, but you don't really need those. Your post should look the same, consistent color palette, website, social, all these things, and active presence across 1 to 3 platforms. If you do not have somebody that's helping you with your social media, I always say to start with 2 platforms. And you should start with the 2 popular platforms that your audience is on, not that you're comfortable with. I'm going to say that again. You should start with the 2 most popular platforms that your audience is on, not the ones that you're most comfortable with, right? At 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna get on the call with some of y'all and be like, I don't have a Facebook because I don't like it. Okay, well, where's your audience? If you are targeting millennials between the ages of 30 and 45, they're on Facebook as well. You can't not be on Facebook because you don't like it, right? Um, or if you're targeting the elderly, they're going to be on Facebook too. There will be no reason why you aren't on those platforms just because you don't like it, right? It's not about what we like, it's about how we can get to the audience. So make sure that you're on the platforms that your audience frequently uses. Okay. Here's some mistakes. A couple of things that a lot of people do is you'll post without having a strategy just because you know that you got to post for the week. Let's stop doing that because you post, you end up not having any likes, any shares, any engagement, and then you get frustrated with it and you won't post again for 3 months. So let's not do that again. We need to make sure that we have a strategy. You have inconsistent branding. You're relying only on social media. You haven't done any email marketing. You haven't run any ads. You haven't joined any groups, haven't done any partnerships, right? You're only posting on social media and hoping you make a sale. And that's not enough. We got to work the entire room here, right? And the entire room is the marketing ecosystem. You ain't even printing out flyers and dropped it off at the YMCA. Don't tell me you've done everything in marketing if you haven't done that, right? You print some flyers off and take them to church. Okay, we missing out on all the opportunities that we have here, right? We're a part of all these organizations and things outside of our business, and we don't utilize it. We don't talk to these people. We don't tell them. We don't. You should be taking your business cards to your kids' basketball game and handing them out to people that just look at you. Okay, like if you're not doing all of this and you still aren't getting any sales, that's because you're being lazy about your marketing, and we shouldn't be lazy. Marketing should be in the forefront, not in the back. Cool. You're also not defining a target audience, right? So we're not targeting the right people. We just say everybody can use my product, and that is not true. Okay, because can a baby use it? No, they can't even use their own hands. So it's not everybody, right? We got to be very specific and very clear on who we're marketing to and who's going to buy. Who is buying these products? Even if you sell children's toys, be very clear. The target audience is not the child, it's the parent and the grandparent and the aunties and the uncles that are going to buy these toys for the children. And what you want is to sell excitement to them because they're buying excitement for the child. Okay. So when you see all these commercials, it's not about just children because the children want to say, like, oh, mommy, please get me this, right? Because it's the excitement thing, right? So we are kind of like channeling from one person to the next. The child isn't buying anything, the parent is, and they got to feel like that purchase is worth it, right? And the way they feel like the purchase is worth it is that how much joy is it going to bring my child when I make this purchase? Now, I don't know what all the companies that you guys have. But I'm just trying to relate in certain ways so that you can understand like the reason why we have to have this in marketing so that we don't miss good opportunities. All right. You also probably don't have a lead capturing system. If you're still using Google Sheets, or if you're kind of like me, a little old school, and you got your notebook. Y'all can't see my notebook. I want y'all to see my coach notebook. So anyway, you got your notebook, and you write everything down on your notebook. You still need to put it in a system where you can keep up with it. You might lose, your paper. We don't want to have everything on pen and paper. Okay. And you need a follow up system, an automated follow up system, so you don't miss out on leads. You can send out a proposal, you can send a link to buy, but if you're not following up, keeping yourself top of mind for the client, you're going to miss out on that sale. Typically, we have three types of clients that buy from us. The first client is someone who makes the purchase right away. They don't need a lot of convincing. You've already showed them the product, you told them what it does, and they're like, here's my credit card, right? Here's my credit card, sign the deal, right? They don't have to take a lot. And we love those people. Those are the best customers that we have. They come back and they buy over and over again. But then we have the second type of customer who is they're going to buy, but they got to think about it. Or they need to go back and ask their husband. They need to go back and ask their mama and be like, girl, what do you think about this? But they asking their best friend, they went in the group chat and put it in the group chat. Y'all think I should buy this? right? They got to think about it, right? And it's not because they don't want it, it's because they have to think about it. And while they're thinking, you should be reminding them, you need this product. You need this product, right? So those reminder emails, those reminder text messages, keep it in front of their head and they come back and be like, boom, in a week or two, then they make the purchase. They're also going to be one of your best clients too, because once they make their first purchase, they're always going to come back and spend the block, right? And then the third client that you have is someone who doesn't make a purchase at all, right? These are people who are going to talk about your business in rooms that you're not in. We're talking about family and friends, right? We still have to market to them. We still want to give them the best tools in order to promote our business. So we have to, we still have to educate them on what the business is so that when they walk into rooms, they're not just saying, you know, like my mama told somebody the other day that I can build their she's like, yeah, my daughter do that. She build websites from scratch. And I'm like, yes, I do. But there's so many other things that happen in between there. I just don't build websites. I also work with people on their marketing. So they have to work with me on a month-to-month basis in order for me to use, build their websites. She don't know that, right? She's just telling people that I can build websites. You want to make sure that they know the right words so that when they tell people about this and they come back, they're getting that same language from you, right? All right, Christian says that she can help you with your marketing. Absolutely, I can help you with your marketing. Okay, now let me tell you what I do so you can close the deal. Okay, so just think about that. Section 3, guys. I'm gonna try to get us out of here. I have until 7:30. That's right, John. I'm gonna wrap up. I'm gonna wrap up in a minute. Um,
Yeah,
so
yes, you
lead
got
gen-
till 7:30.
okay, great. So lead generation essentials. Successful businesses have a lead magnet or irresistible offer. That's something like a buy now. This offer only lasts today for 24 hours. If you have a shopping addiction like me, Fashion Nova is your friend. And they will tell you like, buy today, get 24-hour shipping. Baby, I love a Thursday sale because they do that every Thursday. Okay. So having an irresistible offer makes people come back to you every single time because they know exactly what they're going to get. Having a great landing page or a funnel. And a funnel is just a journey that you take somebody through, right? So they typically show up on the landing page that offers something like a webinar, a lead magnet, a discount code. Once they put their information in, it takes them, it takes them to an upsell page. That will sell them on your high offer, right? If they don't want that upsell page, it'll take them to a downsell page that will sell them on a discounted offer if they purchase right then and there. And then it takes them to a thank you page. That's what a funnel is. And some of y'all have been through that before where you've registered for something and it says like, oh, don't wait, you can buy now, or don't wait, you can upsell now or add this on for 10 more dollars. That's what that is. Okay. You have a clear call to action. You have email and SMS automation set up. We don't want to skimp out on the SMS automations because a lot of people, they look at their email, but some people don't. Most people are on their phones all day. So SMS is going to be important to kind of close that deal. And then we also have a nurture system. So leads turn cold all the time, but we don't want them to stay cold. So a nurture system will have a long form email sequence that goes out to them, maybe a couple of text messages over a 6-month period of time to keep them in the loop so they can come back. Cool. All right. It don't want to work. Okay. So what makes a landing page work? So a high converting landing page includes things like a strong headline, benefits, features. So what are they going to receive? Listed out. What features do you provide with this service? Listed out. Testimonials or social proof. A bold CTA. Again, CTA is call to action. And then no distractions. When I mean no distractions, that means that there's no menu at the top where they can click around to other pages. Should just be your logo. There's no menu at the bottom, so they can click around. It really is just the offer that you're providing. That's what a landing page is. So it doesn't look like your website. It can be similar in the layout, but it doesn't have the menu at the top. It just has the offer on that page so they can't click around. And typically a landing page, a good one, will have an exit pop up. So if someone goes to that exit button, sorry, it's on the left hand side. When someone goes to that exit button, it pops up like oh wait, don't go, get this offer now, or fill out this form right here so you can get the offer. Right, that's what that is a exit pop up. So strong headlines are like grow your business with automation, no tech skills needed, book more clients in 30 days, even with a small audience, stress-free legal support for fathers, healthy meals, unlock your best skincare yet, personalized skincare for women of color, however you want to do it, right? Your benefits and features could be like the feature is automated workflows. The benefit is follow up with leads while you sleep. Feature all messages in one inbox. Benefit no missed DMs or lost conversations. You see, we're telling them what it is and then what the benefit of that is, right? So there's no guessing on the page. Meal prep companies like the feature is fresh pre-portioned meals. The benefit is saving hours each week and still eating healthy. Everybody wants that, right? A yoga studio, unlimited monthly classes, benefit, reduce stress, and boost energy on your own schedule. I don't want to have to think about it. I already signed up for it. Amen. Now I know exactly where I can go and I could just use my little class card to register. Okay. Even if I don't use it, because I'll sign up for something and don't use it. Um, we already talked about the testimonials. We talked about what your call to action should be. And then again, what the no distractions are: no menu, no unrelated links, no social icons, no long paragraphs. Please, y'all, get rid of the long paragraphs. We're just being bold statements. No cluttered design. We're not looking for glitter, things that are moving across the page. Clean, cut, right? Only one call to action. You got to think about this as like a no ADHD fun zone. So like for someone who has ADHD, if it's too much going on a page, they're not going to make an action, right? Because they're too overwhelmed. So we're trying to make this clean, clear, and free so they don't have too much to think about. It is just here's the offer, click right here. This is how much it is. Do you want it or not? Right? Only one to call to action, repeat it 2 or 3 times. Simple, clean. Nothing else. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about landing pages before I move on? No,
Can
y'all
you
quiet
build
now.
me a website and I pay you?
Raquel,
Yes.
we can work together on getting your website up. I
I
give a
want you to
lot of
do
resources.
everything for me, everything from start to finish. Have your notebook, get the logo out, get
Oh, that
this out,
notebook.
and everything.
Well, look, come on. So schedule a coaching call with me, Raquel, so we can talk.
You know I am. I'm on mute.
Do anybody else have any other questions that we can walk through?
I have a question, and I think I wasn't sure what John was referring to as far as hours or what have you, but I would like to
Yeah.
sign up to chat with you as well.
Okay.
I have a pretty established business, but there's some tweaks that I definitely know I need to make on my site, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
also curious about LinkedIn. I have been paying for Sales Navigator for probably 2 years
Ooh,
and have not
turn it
been using
off.
it very well.
Turn it off, turn it
And
off, turn it off. It's a hoax, girl. That sales navigator is not for people for real. It's really for if you're looking for a job. Let's be clear. Um I know they've advertised it for businesses to get like sales
to
and
get
things of that
leads.
nature. Yeah, to get leads. And it's not really meant for that. Now you can run ads on LinkedIn. That would be a little bit better instead of using the navigator. I mean, you're already spending the money, so you might as
Now
well.
that I think about it, yeah, I could have reallocated that money. Um, and I have a podcast, and so I've been posting clips that are relevant since it's Financial Literacy Month. I
Yeah.
interviewed somebody about finance, and I actually interviewed another entrepreneur a couple weeks ago, and I get these notifications that my business has now been in these searches, but I don't know how.
Hmm.
It's not converting though. So I also want to talk to you about conversion on LinkedIn when you are getting a good amount of impressions and visibility.
Absolutely. Okay. And it's probably about the caption that you're writing with the post, that we could talk about how to get the engagement, right? Because views are, it's fine. People can view stuff all the time. If you have a lot of connections, you might have a couple of views on there. But we want to make sure that we have actionable steps every time we make a post. So the CTA is really important too. So we can talk through that.
Hmm. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, John. I thought, I don't have access to everybody.
You sent, yeah, oh, it's my fault. Let me see. Um,
I thought it was to everybody, but I guess yeah,
no,
it
you
just
just sent it
says
to host and panelists.
yeah, because I don't see
Okay,
I
I
don't see
fixed it where
everybody.
you can send it to everyone. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
great.
But
No, it's
yeah, I
cool.
sent it for you.
Thank you. Okay, let me breeze through these next couple of slides and then y'all can come back with some other questions. Okay, so follow up. No, this is another thing we've just talked about. So most sales happen after the first click. So your follow up should include things like welcome emails. I have like a 7 email sequence for a welcome email. And if you schedule a call with me, I'll give you the template for it. I normally give those out to most people, but the 7 emails happen over a span of 30 days, so it gets pushed out. And it basically just tells my brand story about my business, who I am, what I do. It'll bring in like a post that I posted on social media, which reminds me I need to update it because it's probably old, right? But it works very well. I still get people who respond to that welcome email and they'll say, "Oh my God, I need this," or "Oh my God, I really want to talk to you about this." And I love that because I put that in place almost 4 years ago and it's still working for me. And I haven't done anything in the last 4 years to update it. So see how well that works out for me, right? Nurture sequences. Again, that's just like the abandoned cart sequences, or if you're looking for like a quick weekend sale, you can send out an email over time to get people to like purchase on a quick weekend sale. Same thing for like Black Friday, right? A lot of people wait too late to sell for Black Friday. And that's because you haven't nurtured your audience. You just like have all these contacts, and then all of a sudden in November, you start emailing them all over again and they've never seen your name in their inbox for like months at a time. So you guys have to keep up with your nurturing sequences or newsletters, right? So that you can stay top of mind. So by the time you really are ready to make a full sale, they've seen you. You've been in their inbox, and they're reminded of who you are when you're like pressing the button on like buy this right now, right? Um, Same thing with SMS reminders. Personalized touch. Don't just send these like random things. Make sure you personalize it, add their name to it, add maybe even the business name, add something unique about it if you can. I like to segment my contact list, excuse me, I'm so sorry, based off of services that people provide. I might segment it off of like counties, cities, um, even interest. If you clicked on something and I'm like, oh, okay, this person really is interested in SEO, I'm going to send you a direct nurture sequence about SEO only, right? I'm not just sending it to my entire list. I'm sending it to people that I know are very much so interested in the service or product that I provide. And then give them clear next steps. Not too many buttons in the email. What do you want them to do? 2 or 3 things. If you can buy now or you can schedule a call with me, we can talk about it. That's it. All right. Last section, the roles of content. So content must do one of these things, right? So it's either building authority. So you're showing what you know. Again, it's all about education on social media. So the more you talk about the service and product that you have, the more people think that you know exactly what you're talking about. We are in a day and age where it's a little bit oh, how do I say this in the nicest way? Um we feel like we need to buy from people that are, you know, they talk their stuff, right? Like, or they know what they're talking about. And so I'm always like, oh, I love this person who talks about sustainability all the time, and I'm gonna purchase from them because they've been talking about, the earth and blah 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 blah. They don't know nothing. They probably Googled the same thing I Googled about the earth, but they've been talking about it so much that it makes me feel like they know more than me, and I need to buy from them. Right? That's building your authority. Certifications do that as well. Um, get as many certifications as y'all want, right? I like to do certifications too. I don't have a lot of time to get them done, but if you can get into something that's going to certify you in the service or product that you provide, do it, because those little extra stamps and letters behind people's names mean something, and people really love that. So get your certifications, okay? Some things are really quick too. You don't even have to do too much for it. Build trust, so show who you are. Again, that's just talking to people's pain points and then feeding into who they are. 9 times out of 10, you have something that's very relatable to you, whether you're like a mom like me, a mom who has a business. If you a dog person, you love dogs. If you don't like dogs, you're a cat person, right? I know a lot of cat people. I don't really have no. I don't like cats for real like that. They sneaky, but people bond over these things. So building trust is about bonding with your audience on things that they you know um have in common with you, so that you can sell to them on the back end, or not even just sell to them. You're really trying to build the community part, which is about making sure that they become one of those three types of clients that you want. They either make that purchase right away, they're going to make the purchase, they just need a little bit of time, or they're going to talk about you in rooms that you're not in. Okay. What to post and where to post it. So content ideas that work. So again, these are just very, very basic content ideas. I'll show you a website really quickly of how you can find out more ideas that's specific to your industry. But the basic is you'll post behind the scenes content of you doing your service or about the product that you have, educational tips, wins, testimonials, personal moments, FAQs, the offers that you have, and video content. Um, Different platforms you can use. Now, all of these are different. The only thing I didn't put on here are platforms like Threads, which is growing and it's really popular. And I think a lot of business owners should be on Threads. I'm never going to put TikTok on. I mean, not TikTok, Twitter, because I don't think we need to be on Twitter anymore. Personally, I don't think we need to be on Twitter anymore. But also then put on platforms like Pinterest. So if you're like a clothing brand and you sell, or even trinkets or whatever like that, Pinterest is also a really good platform to be on too, because people still search Pinterest. I still use Pinterest to this day for inspiration and motivation. So um, I would I would post my things on there too. But you would use platforms like Instagram and Facebook for building community and visibility. So make sure you're in those Facebook groups, not just on Facebook, but inside the Facebook groups promoting your business, or talking to people so that they're aware of who you are. John, can you make sure to mute people? Mhm. Um, TikTok is for reach and shoppability. So if you are an e-commerce brand, then you would use TikTok to sell your e-commerce business, your products on there. YouTube is for search and authority. So again, that's educational content about the service and product that you provide. That's a long-term game. It's not a short-term game, right? But YouTube can be used and it can be very credible over time. So I still encourage people to get on YouTube and make videos on there. And then we just talked about LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is all about credibility and business to business sales. So definitely making sure that you use that if you're a B2B. Okay. Consistency beats virality all the time. So we're not looking to go viral. We are not influencers. This is not an influencer game. We are businesses. So the most important part of this is just making sure that we stay consistently online. You should post consistently, meaning that whatever your consistent schedule is fine. If it's once a week, cool. Be once a week. If it's 2 to 3 times a week, great, right? But whatever it is, be consistent. If you're gonna post once a week, always post on Tuesdays. Like, I mean, just choose a day and say, this is my day that we're posting so that you can be as consistent as possible. Speak to people's problems, connect with your audience. That means again, engage in that in the comments, like other people's posts. Don't be a ghost just looking at people's posts, and then offer real value. Okay, we're not just coming online and posting about random stuff. We want to offer real value, real educational value about the product or service that we provide. Here are a couple of tools that you can use to simplify your marketing. So, automation again helps you capture leads, follow up automatically, save time, track customers, and increase conversions. So, you can use a CRM tool. I have a custom CRM tool called Autopilot CRM. If you're interested in that, I'll show you what it is. But other CRM tools that people use is something like MailChimp, ConvertKit, Salesforce. What's the other things? There's a lot of CRM. Dubsado, people use that for CRM tools. So whatever works best for your business, you should definitely use it. But a CRM tool is important to keep up and track all of your leads. Email and SMS is important. So you'll use things again like Mailchimp. Sorry, sorry, my apologies. Okay. So Mailchimp, Active Campaign, ConvertKit. What other email software is there? ManyChat is an SMS platform that you can use. So looking up what works best for your company is going to be important. Social media scheduling tools. You can use things like Planoly, Later.com. I use Metricool, which I really like. And I can show you how that works. Um, HubSpot is also a social media scheduling tool. This makes it easy to be able to post on multiple social platforms so you're not logging in to each one to make a post. Okay. Um, things you have to use things like link tracking and creative tools like Canva, of course. Canva, ChatGPT, y'all. Okay. It's a tool. It's not going to replace it, but it is a tool. Okay. If you're not a ChatGPT girly and you want to save the environment and use something else, go to Claude, go to Manus or whatever to use those AI tools, right? And another reason, again, I'm going to talk about the CRM tool because I think it's really important for you to have. But a CRM helps entrepreneurs organize contacts, manage your leads, run automations, build funnels. Remember, I just talked to you about what funnels are, and store email templates and workflows. A good CRM tool will also help you with documents, invoicing, and a membership community platform that you can have as well. Here are some quick wins that you can implement this week. This is a really great way for us to kind of wrap this up so you guys can ask me any questions. But some quick wins are you need to clean up your social media bios, be very clear about what you're putting on your social bios. I think I have an example at the bottom, so I'm going to show you that. Create or optimize a landing page that is a direct sales tool to one of your products, or one of your offers. Set up a basic email welcome sequence that can be 3 to 5 emails released over the next 2 to 3 weeks. That's going to, every time somebody signs up for your newsletter, they'll get the welcome sequence. Or if they make a purchase for a product, then they get that welcome sequence. So we'll set something up like that. You can publish one piece of value driven content, again, educational content. It could be behind the scenes, it could be, why somebody should buy with you, your brand story, something of that nature should be value driven so people know what it is. And make sure you have a call to action on every single post, whether that means connect with me, schedule a consultation, something like that. It needs to have a clear call to action. Drop the word hello in the comments and I'll send you a DM, something, right? We want to get people to engage with us. So you need to make sure that you're actively writing this inside of the copy. So your digital roadmap is going to prioritize, you need to prioritize brand clarity, lead generation, follow up systems, consistent content, and community building. Okay. It don't want to go, y'all. It don't want to move to the next one. All right. So, how you can update your Instagram profile. So, what's important? So, you can see on the left hand side, this is just a regular Instagram profile. It has like a photo over here, it has the person's name, it talks about what they do, maybe some links to stuff, yada, yada, right? What's important is make sure branding is important. Remember, I said to have this logo set up, right? So every profile photo on everything needs to be clear, cut, um, your logo, whatever. Make sure you have your brand name up here. So, um, you can change this to even something that you do, because mine says, I'm going to tell you what mine says. I can't even think about it right now. Instead of saying my brand name, it says digital marketing agency, fractional CMO, because it's searchable terms. So this right here is a searchable term where it says show you Sugar Hawaii. That's a searchable term. And then making sure you have the correct category put on your website is really important too. So this business niche should be important. If you have retail, make sure you put retail. If you have health, skin, beauty care, make sure it says skin, beauty care, right? Not just store, right? It should say skin, beauty, health, makeup, something of that nature, right? Um, Podcasts, like be clear because that's searchable for people, and your profile will show up for folks searching that. Okay. Now, use your description wisely. We're not just tagging a bunch of stuff. We're remember, all the descriptions should be the same. But like this one says, a curated collection of all things salty and sweet, blah, blah, blah. So, because they sell um, food, right? So yours should be very clear about the product that you serve, who it's for, where they can get it, right? Also, some kind of call to action. Shop with us for 24/7. You can say shipping internationally, ship within 24 hours, something that like draws attention to somebody in this description if you have enough room. Okay. Make sure you update your links. Instagram allows you to put multiple links in your bio now. You don't really have to use things like link in bio or link tree. You can put multiple links there. So use those so that you don't miss out on opportunities. Um, and then add event updates and channels if you do have them. Use this little button here as well. So make sure that your buttons are updated so people can send you an email. They can shop now, donate now if you're a nonprofit organization, all those good things. And that's it. You guys can scan this QR code if you want to book a free walkthrough session of Autopilot CRM. John put my link in the chat for you to schedule a coaching call with me. So I look forward to getting to know you guys and getting on your books. And right now, I'll just take any questions that you have for the last 15 minutes about marketing or anything that I went over today. But I do hope you enjoyed the session.
I did. This is Donna speaking. I did enjoy the
Hi.
session. You had
Oh, good. Thank you,
really a
Donna.
lot. You had a lot of information. Um, I think the most important for me, and I was speaking with John last week, I think for me the most important thing is getting my name corrected, because once
Okay,
I
your business
start,
name?
I don't want to have to do a restart.
Mm-hmm.
You made that point tonight. Someone will have a name,
Yeah.
but then they go and look, and then that name is, so they have to start all over. So I'm trying to
Yeah.
I do this very slow. so I will not have to do any restarts as you're sharing. So thanks so much. I learned a lot. And I book
Absolutely.
appointment. John and I talked about you last week. I think it was your spoke about.
Oh, good. And the thing about it is, like, guys, you can talk to a trademark attorney without actually like filing a trademark. So if you're interested in learning if someone has your business name, I would just reach out to a trademark attorney. But you can search trademarks on. Let me give you the website. Hold on, for free trademark search. Because some people don't know where to look. It is. I don't know if this is the one, trademark search. Okay, USPTO, United States Patent and Trademark Office. Okay, here it is. I'm gonna drop it in the chat. You can search trademarks on here. So and a quick search, all you really need. I don't know, John. I still can't. Oh, here it is. I'm not looking. That's my fault. Now I can post to everybody. That's the trademark search website, guys. So you can look up. Just put your business name in there, and then you'll see if someone has already secured the likeness of your business name, the logo of your business name, or the type of service that you provide. And if you do, you just kind of want to tweak it a little bit. If it's not in your state, you don't have to worry too much. But if you plan on having a national business, something that you provide all over, you might want to think about that. Any other questions, guys? Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you. That was the Gamma link is the copy of the presentation that you guys can have. Oh, John, you put Amazon in here. This your book. I need to go to. Let me click on your book because I really want
That's
to.
my
I need to get
book.
it.
That's my book.
Good. I love that. Okay, I'm gonna purchase it.
I gotta you gotta let me know when you're gonna be around. I got some stuff for you. I know I
I
promised you a
know.
backpack, and then I'm gonna save you this other backpack we getting
Oh,
for this
nice.
weekend.
I'm gonna come up there. I need to come up there next week because I'm about to go out of the country for about 2 weeks. So I need to do it before I go out of the country. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I have one, Miss Taylor. I wanted to ask you about the CRM you
Yes,
mentioned.
ma'am.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
s- MailChimp. How much is that, like per month for that service?
Mailchimp.
Yeah, MailChimp.
So it depends, right? Some CRM tools can be free, right? Like MailChimp can be free up to a certain amount of contacts. So if you don't have that many contacts, like if you have less than 500, you can use a service like MailChimp or MailerLite, right? That's not a CRM. MailerLite is not a CRM tool. I'm sorry. That's an email marketing platform. But um, some CRM tools don't come with everything. With mine, it's $97 a month, and that encompasses your email marketing, your text messages, your invoicing, funnels, landing pages, all that jazz. So that's it. And then you get a 14-day free trial. So, well, all of the coaching clients get 30 days, not 14 days. But that's for y'all. Don't tell nobody else. But the range is from there. It really depends on what you're looking for. So some can be free, some can be that. If you can afford to bring on one, absolutely. I never tell anybody to get something that they can't afford because there's so many free things out there for business owners that you can start off with in the beginning before you start to really invest in great things. But for me, especially when I first started business, there are a couple of things I was like, I need to invest in this. The first thing I invested in was an accounting software. I think that's really important for everybody is to have a great accounting software. I invested in an assistant because I knew I couldn't do it alone. So I had a virtual assistant immediately, probably within the first 3 months. And that just helped me soar quickly. But I just delegate really well. And then I invested in marketing, and some type of marketing. So I spent money on brand, logo, design, uh, flyers, website, all that stuff. Because again, this is what people look at. They look at this to see how professional you are. And if you don't have a good professional presence, then sometimes That's what makes them decide whether or not they want to buy from you or not, right? So those are the top three things that I invested in, um, quite admittedly, and the rest of the things came later as I was building. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? I'm kind of looking to chat to make sure I didn't miss anything. Did you get the link, Pamela? Because I just dropped it. It's the Gamma link.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, I think that's it for me, John. Again, I had my link in here. I'll drop my coaching call link one more time for you guys so you can schedule. As I just stated, I am about to go out of the country, so if you want to get on my calendar, you might want to book now before I can go out for 2 weeks because I'll be in Germany, so my time will be a little bit off. But I'll be back in the middle of May and ready to help and assist you guys along the way. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Christian. You know, you're always, like I said, amazing. And what's that? How long does a pat
Oh,
to that
patents are
question?
different. Yeah, I don't really have an answer for that because I'm not a patent attorney, right? But some patents can last for 5 to 10 years. I will say the first amount, but it depends on the type of patent that you apply for. Um, and because some of them are temporary based off of like design before it's something that's actually done, but patents are for things that like you create, like you made that from scratch, nothing else, right? So if you have like a hair product or something that you're creating with different types of chemicals and stuff like that, you'll get a patent on that. But trademarks last forever until well, not forever, sorry. You do have to redo your trademark. I think it's after 5 or it's 10 years. And then you just, as long as you have work with a trademark attorney, you can continue to do that, or you can let it die. Hopefully that answered your question.
All right.
Go
Any
ahead,
other
John.
questions? Any other questions? All right. So, if you would, Christian, send me those dates so I'll know not to send them back to you like right before
Oh
you
yeah.
go, and then they'd be like, hadn't heard from you.
No,
So,
it'll give them the bounce back. I was just kidding. I'll send you the dates during the times. But it's May 2nd through the 12th. But I'm gonna email it to you right now.
gotcha. All right. Well, our next class is April 30th. We're going to be doing networking and partnerships and community engagement, April 30th. But also, I think I may have sent this out to you guys, and we mentioned it that there's going to be a coffee conversation in Cobb County. It's a morning networking event. I think it's on May 5th. So I'm gonna send that out again to everybody. We may kind of just turn our that event into our that class because we want to, or we may do a little something where we talk about that. We'll talk about the networking before we go to that event, but I'm gonna kind of put that out there so that we can all come out for that. I think it's like a 7 to 9 in the morning type of event, and that's May 5th. But I'll send those dates out for you for sure. But it's in Cobb County Coffee and Conversation um, networking event, and it's supposed to be really, really big. Um, so Sabrina, who is over the Cobb County Development, she had mentioned that they've gotten so large that they had to put it into a large venue. But I'll send that information out for everyone so we can kind of do that and go to that and be a part of that. So we'll have the April 30th class prepping for that May 5th so that we can be prepared about what we're going to do when we go when we go there, how we're going to network, how we're going to build some partnerships. All right. Any questions? Any questions on that?
I will not be able to attend that. I work during the day.
Okay, well, it's like I said, it's an early morning. I don't know if you can go for a little bit, then leave so you can get to work because it starts at 7. But
I,
again, if you can't go, of course, work comes first.
yeah, I start at 7, but I
Oh
look
goodness,
forward to I look forward
you
to
gotta get up early.
yes, but I look forward to follow up. or I may
Absolutely.
schedule an
But either way,
appointment.
we're gonna talk about networking, make sure we're ready for that. And then into some other events. But I gotta talk with Tori and Sabrina because I think we're looking to try and see if we can put something else together as well. In-person networking event. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, I thank y'all so much. Appreciate you guys' time. As always, thank you, Christian. You know, you're such an amazing, amazing partner. But you guys have a great evening and enjoy your weekend coming up. And I'll see you next time.
You as well. Thanks so much, John. You're the best.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed it.